a lot of detail, a lot of information for our listeners to consider when they're making their choices in terms of their recipes and how they move forward with their own business. So really keen to engage with the speakers that have shared that information with us this afternoon. We're now going to open the floor, take some questions from those listeners, and give the opportunity to get some further information from the team. So we have a number of questions that have already been loaded into the chat box. Please feel free to place any more questions you may have in there as well. So just to kick it off, our first question that has appeared is as follows. So the Innova research showed a strong percentage of oat-based launches have gluten-free claims. Are all Tirlán's oat ingredients gluten-free, and how does Tirlán manage the allergens in the gluten-free oats? Great question, very much in our sweet spot in terms of what we offer. So if I could ask Avril maybe to build on what you spoke about earlier and give us a little bit more information on that question regarding gluten-free.
Great, yes, of course. Thank you, Kieran. So all of Tirlán's oat ingredients are available in gluten-free. We have seen huge demand for gluten-free oats across all applications really, including beverages and creamers, but also bars and bakery. So our gluten-free oats are grown through a strict closed-loop supply chain called Oat Secure. And Oat Secure really controls every step of the process, including seed development, land and grower selection, sowing and crop monitoring, and then the harvesting and drying and storing and milling. And it was developed in conjunction with our oat growers, and they work to a really strict code of practice. The gluten-free oats are then processed in a state-of-the-art oat-only mill in Ireland, which helps to further reduce any contamination with other grains. Then our closed-loop supply chain, really it's what sets Tirlán apart because it provides a gluten-free guarantee of less than 5 parts per million compared to the industry standard of less than 20 parts per million. So from a manufacturer's point of view, you don't have to worry about any cross-contamination in your own beverage production facility, as we have a very high standard for our gluten-free guarantee.
Great, really, really good stuff, Avril. Look, if I can just pause a little bit just to really reinforce that call out around Oat Secure. Oat Secure being our brand, closed loop, our own growers, our own farmers. It's really resonating with our customers out there. They're bringing it to their markets as well. So really important to call that out, Avril. Thank you for doing that regarding our process and Oat Secure and how centered it is to our gluten-free offering. So moving on, just another question coming through. What do you think the key drivers are for oat-based beverages? If I could reach to Tirlán just to answer that question, please.
Yes, of course. Thank you for the question. So first of all, we noticed at Innova that when it comes to oat-based alternatives, they're definitely growing, and actually they're one of the fastest growing plant-based alternatives in comparison to other things. So in comparison to almond milk or coconut milk, oat milk has a CAGR or a growth of 24% in the last 5 years. And what really is driving this is on a consumer standpoint. When it comes to plant-based alternatives, we see that consumers are interested in paying more for these types of products if they are natural. And so when we look at oat products, we see that natural claims are actually growing a lot. So they're really looking forward to that when it comes to oat drinks. And then on another point of view, when it comes to brands, we're also seeing that oat is a more of a sustainable, has a good nutritional profile, and is financially maybe a bit of a cheaper option than other alternatives. So there's definitely some nice drivers for this type of product.
Fantastic, great, and then thank you for that. We're all acutely aware we're seeing oat offerings at airport lounges, alternative milks as well. So very much on point at the moment, and lots of interest around oat-based beverages. It's really good insight. So moving on, just another question coming through. This one is probably going to suit Kevin here. We'll ask you to come in. Kevin, the question that has come through is, how can the category continue to grow into the future, and what does that future look like as we reach out to that crystal ball?
Great, thanks, Kieran. I'll catch the crystal ball as best I can. And I think, what the fundamentals for the category will build upon the great work that has happened for the last number of years that Solène has referred to in terms of naturalness, sustainability, and health. In addition to that, really in terms of driving penetration and frequency, which are the two key drivers of growth for any category, no matter what it is, penetration being getting more people to consume the product, and frequency getting those people to consume it more often. The key drivers of those are going to be, in terms of penetration, remembering that 3 in 5 adults under the age of 35 have never tried an oat-based beverage. The key driver there is going to be a short ingredient list. And we know from what was said earlier in this webinar that the Tirlán oat products can be used to make a product with only 4 ingredients. And in terms of frequency, in terms of getting those consumers to consume oat milk more often, we know that only 52% of those consumers who already consume oat milk are consuming it with cereal, and less than that are adding it to coffee. So there's massive opportunities to get even those consumers who have already engaged with the oat milk category to use it more often in the products they're already consuming.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Really informative. Appreciate the insight and the response to the listener's question. Okay, so an interesting question here, which actually speaks to one of our core values. So the question follows: in what ways does Tirlán collaborate with customers to support them in product development and recipe improvement? So look, calling out, I suppose, what are our credentials and what service can we provide to our customers? If I reach out to Yvonne, can you build on that a little bit and just in terms of share our approach to collaboration with customers?
Of course. Thanks, Kieran. What I can say is that the Tirlán Research and Innovation Centre is home to a team of experts who really passionately research dairy and plant-based. And our team includes scientists, nutritionists, sensory experts, development chefs, and process technology experts. And they all work with our customers, utilizing our state-of-the-art facilities and their knowledge to co-create and to resolve customer challenges. I was referring to our state-of-the-art UHT line earlier on. And Tirlán also has a dedicated applications team who develop concept recipes to understand how our ingredients perform in typical applications, and then use these findings to support our customers to identify the best ingredient solution for their own recipes. And then finally, the Tirlán commercial team is made up of product management, marketing, sales, market research and innovation professionals, and we all work together to support customers of all scales and at all stages.
Fantastic, really concise, and thank you for that, Yvonne. I just speaking on from my own experience, I've been in the business for 17 years. We recognize that there's competition out there. We need to remain focused. We need to remain relevant. We've made significant investments in our business in this innovation centre in Ballyragget. We're really proud of that investment. We really believe that it makes a difference and that our customers are seeing a difference. We've also invested in market resource with confident, well-informed sales professionals across the US, Europe, Asia, Middle East, and closer to home here in Ireland and the UK. So look, extremely proud for what we have brought and what we are continuing to bring to our customers. It speaks to the collaboration, speaks to one of our core values, collaboration for success. We speak it, we live it. So we're extremely proud of that, and we hope that our customers' experience is as well received, and that they recognize and see that offering, and that Tirlán can remain competitive and help them with their recipe development. So just building a little bit, Yvonne, just from my own experience as well, in terms of how I see that presenting itself. So thank you very much for sharing that. Thank you to all our speakers. Thank you to everyone that has listened to the webinar this afternoon. We're running a little bit short in time. Thank you for your questions. Please continue as time allows here to place your questions in the chat box. We will answer every question. We'll respond by email with support, with any collateral, any additional resource support that we have that's going to help you to win in the market, to deliver the recipes that you want to deliver, and then ultimately to bring you success. We want to be part of the success, so please consider Tirlán for your business, for your projects, for your innovations, pipelines. Reach out to us. We're available. We're open for business. So look, to learn more about this wonderful company, learn about Tirlán, reach out to us at Tirlán Ingredients, www.tirlaningredients.com. Thank you again for joining the webinar. We know your time is precious. We know you've invested time this afternoon learning about us, learning about our oat journey. So we look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you and goodbye.